In today's story, we're finally introduced to the new dual disc system that I invented, said to have a 90% chance of injury. Why did I make it like that? Don't ask questions. Get ready to change your outfit into something more ridiculous, all my fellow and future outlaws. This is Cards Games vs. Humanity, and I am that NAKK double G. That weekly recap that you all know you need more than ever when crazy new shit like new dueling rules come into play. So as per usual, if you enjoy, don't forget that sub, that bell, that like, hit up the Patreon if you want to support me, and leave a comment telling me if you would risk a potential lawsuit wherever you go just to play a children's card game. Something that is surprisingly not taking up the first part of this episode, as our heroes Yugi and Taya enter the museum to check out the ancient Egyptian artifacts in an attempt to learn more about his past.
You're sure you want to go through with this, right?
I have no choice, Taya. It's my destiny.
I mean, you literally chose to not come here earlier in the day when Taya mentioned it and then just went to play video games. Yugi starts hearing voices that call him down to the basement that I guess there's just no security hired at all to protect it, as I guess they just stroll in to be startled by the sight of a significantly sized rock. Taya's freaked out, but Yugi knows that this rock must be real. He can feel the realness emanating from this rock that has his face on it. He is happy to have found this rock, but is now left with 1,000 more questions, it seems. Most of all, why did I ever start wearing shirts again? Because my god, look at that manly chest. Shizu comes out of nowhere to tell Yugi the same shit she told Kaiba. World-ending, blah, gotta save it from a great evil from 5,000 years ago, blah blah.
The pharaoh who saved the world was you, Yami.
Yep, let's just use that name as if it's even remotely correct and not just a slap in the face of the entirety of Season 5. You know, none of the concept of that season revolves around his name or the power that it might hold. Instead of giving him any real answers though, she just tells him to join the upcoming Duel Monsters tournament, because she knew that's all he was really gonna pay attention to anyway. Hey, and Yugi decide to not be blind, finally looking at the other side of the tablet, realizing that their opponent must be Kaiba. That he will be the big baddie that they have to take down at the end. And I mean, I guess it's not a horrible assumption. We head back to Kaiba Corp where the man himself has an all-new dual disc system, ready to go, as well as a sweet new outfit. I believe we have some footage.
It's not a jacket, it's a duster. It's like a jacket, only it's longer, thicker, and far more badass.
Mokuba and the other scientists are very worried because he removed the safeguards during the testing so he could get seriously injured. Apparently thought it was a good idea to have particle effects with like millions of lumens that are basically just laser beams being shot at your opponent. Something that just might be capable of fatal injury. I'm not sure why we even made this a possibility. Oh fuck, it's a new dueling robot and we have new rules to follow, and you all know what that means. New rules to break. This highly sophisticated doctor/scientist says the risk of injury from a non-tangible hologram is over 90%. I guess being armed with Kaiba's shitty deck from Duelist Kingdom really increases the chances of fatality.
Launching hologram projectors.
Okay, after seeing that, I think the only thing you have a 90% chance of is being sued endlessly. The supercomputer begins to duel like a master strategist, setting a monster face down and ending his turn. Seeing this crazy maneuver, Kaiba counters by laying one card face down and attacking with a mighty battle ox right away. Unfortunately for him, and very fortunately for me, it's your boy Cyberjar, destroying everything on the field and allowing both players to pick up 5 cards and summon any level 4 or lower monsters among them. The computer gets 2 monsters face down, and Kaiba gets 4 frickin' monsters to play with. Honestly, this is still the battle phase, so I don't know why he didn't keep still attacking to at least see what they were. Mokuba then says the same thing I say to myself anytime I see a larger content creator responding to an angry fan on Twitter.
What a digital dummy!
The highly advanced computer sacrifices 2 good wall cards that Kaiba already couldn't get over. One of them being Wall of Illusion, which especially pisses me off because it could have bounced a future tribute monster that Kaiba attacked with. Or an amazing Blue Eyes White Dragon, but not attacking because Kaiba has a face down. Almost like he could have summoned something else, baited a few cards out, and then just did all this on the next turn. Back to Kaiba, who's already breaking his own rules, sacrificing the Hitatsumi Giant for the Dragon Seeker in face-up defense mode. A monster that is capable of destroying the Blue Eyes on his next turn. Oh wait, never mind, the computer just summoned Lord of Dragons, your plan is ruined. Oh, did the computer actually attack now that it has protection from other cards? Nah, that'd be fucking crazy. Pretty sure Kaiba just skips his turn and puts all his monsters into defense mode, so it's good to know that turn skipping is still in play. As the Chessmaster computer proceeds to play Flutist Summoning Dragon, bringing out 2 more Blue Eyes through the field. Nice, surely it's gonna attack all of his monsters and gain a massive advantage in tempo, right? Nope, it just fuses them all into Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, a monster with no effect and can't attack on the turn it's summoned anyway. Also, clearly even the computer is cheating because it still has a full hand even after doing all that, and there's no ultimate on its side of the field.
With the safeties disabled, the dragon's neutron blast will cause serious injury to Mr. Kaiba.
Yes, Kaiba, look out. Can't you tell how dangerous this all is from the randomly colored bars that are covering up my Pornhub tab? Kaiba then says the same thing every Yu-Gi-Oh player has said to themselves the first time they stared down the barrel of Yatagrasu with nothing on their side of the field to protect them.
So this is what it's like to face fear.
Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, the one monster that not even Yugi Moto could take down, even though if I hadn't cheated and treated it like 3 monsters despite it just being 1, it would have died to Celtic Guardian. Sorry, I got a little off track there. But yes, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, the one monster that not even Yugi could beat, must be taken down by my ability to top deck a card just like the protagonist of the show. Sacrificing 3 monsters to summon the mighty Obelisk the Tormentor for the first time. Bringing with it epic new music that if it were any louder, you would barely be able to hear me. This motherfucker is literally the size of an entire building, so I'm not even sure how he's standing in there. But unfortunately, it's weaker than the Ultimate Blue Eyes at 4,000. Oh wait, never mind. He's killing this man and his horse to gain some extra power. The Big Daddy Pimp's attack power rises so high that the computer starts exploding. Machine that basically started out as a simple number generator in the first place couldn't handle the infinity sign without blowing up completely. That, sure, we'll go with it. Obelisk destroys the Ultimate Dragon in a one-punch man-like fashion, revealing power that we've never seen before.
Oh, danger, danger.
Okay, so we're just gonna ignore the fact that his old deck just got completely incinerated. Like, all 3 of his Blue Eyes are gone. They're gone. They're not coming back. We head back to Yugi and Teo, who are still walking in clothes that would have been appropriate for a BDSM party. Talking about destiny and fate and what do I do and all the other boring stuff they love to discuss.
Just promise me you'll be careful, Yami, because I'm sure there's still danger ahead.
Why did they just randomly have a 5-second clip of their feet? Did Dan Schneider direct part of this episode? Yugi whips out his deck and says that it has never let him down before, even though he's about to remove cards like Living Arrow, Mystic Box, Magical Hats, and like 5 other cards that are the only reason he ever won his duels. But oh crap, look, there's a pair of giant flying melons, and they seem to be coming right at us. They also seem to be dressed even sluttier than last season. Alright, Titty Vine appears to tell Taya that she's looking extra yummy tonight to ask if she's on a date with Yugi Moto.
But of course.
Yeah, that's right, you get a good look at what real boobas look like while I put you in this random headlock. This is how you work it. All of a sudden, minor characters like Rex and Weevil appear to show you that yes, we are just going to rehash shit from the last season. So pay no attention to the fact that Kaiba hacked into every screen in town just to tell people that there's a children's card game tournament coming up. Pay no attention to this episode ending with no real point to him taking over the screens if he was just going to appear dramatically in a helicopter and tell them all in person anyways. Well, that's it for this episode. I want to thank you all for watching, and of course a shout out to all my patrons. If you find yourself injured thanks to one of Kaiba's new dual disc systems, just know nobody cares. This has been the Man from Earth with all the girls, ladies and gentlemen. Be the character you know you're worth. See you Friday. A Shizu appears to tell Yugi the same shit she told Kylo. Yep, let's just casually use that name as if it. We head back to Yugi and Taya, who are still walking in crows. They're walking in crows.